With me to talk more about this, CNN special correspondent Jamie Gangel and criminal defense attorney Sarah Azari. So you take a minute to take all those, the women in all the years, the months of this investigation. I was talking to one of the accusers last hour who just said this is such a profound moment for them. When you listen to the attorney of Harvey Weinstein standing outside the steps saying, he didn't invent the casting couch. How is that indicative of how he may defend him?
Yeah, I think you're right. I think he's going to say that the sexual contact was consensual, but also that this is how it goes in Hollywood, that the currency in Hollywood is the exchange of the casting couch for consensual sex. I mean, he's laid that out already, and I think I do agree with the part of his statement, though, about his concern over the Me Too movement and whether he can get 12 fair jurors. Because as we just saw in the Bill Cosby trial, he had trial number one before the Me Too movement started by Harvey Weinstein, and he got hung jury because the women, the accusers, the other accusers, were not allowed to testify in support of Andrea Constand's claim. And then he went back for trial number two, and suddenly 5 other women were allowed to come in and testify, and boom, he gets a guilty verdict. And so this is a valid concern by Brafman, is that if any number of these 80 women are allowed to testify based on the relevance of their testimony and the similar pattern of conduct, that's going to be really bad for Harvey Weinstein. In this climate, he's, I think, setting the stage for if there is a guilty verdict, it's going to be because of this, because we can't get a fair jury.
What's their biggest obstacle?
In terms of the defense or the prosecution?
The defense. Actually, the prosecution would be more interesting.
I think the prosecution is, I think it's not that difficult for them because they have so many victims who are unrelated, who are telling the same story, even though the conduct they're alleging is aged and is old. I mean, New York doesn't have the statute of limitations that applies to this conduct. Many other states don't either. And so I think it's not that difficult for the prosecution to prevail. And also remember, there's a lot of heat on the New York DA's office because they have dropped the ball before with respect to Harvey Weinstein. So they're going to take this very seriously. They're going to be very aggressive about it. And for the defense to prevail here, they're going to have to really prevail in the pretrial motions to try to keep some of these women out in terms of supporting evidence.
Sarah and Jamie, thank you so much.
Thank you.
What a scene today in downtown Manhattan with him in cuffs.